The first step to assembling your bass clarinet is soaking your reed. So grab your reed, and if you have a cup of water, that is preferred. You want to soak that right away. We want to make sure there's no warpage in the reed or curliness at the tip. If you don't have a cup of water, you can also just put the reed in your mouth and let your saliva soak the reed. We're going to start from the bottom up. So we'll start with the bell and then the lower joint. It's very important that your corks are well greased so that we don't get stuck or have any damage to your instrument. I recommend holding the bell with your non-dominant hand and then guiding the lower joint with your dominant hand very carefully. And again, we want to be careful not to bend any key work. If it feels too tight, then you might want to add some cork grease. We never want to force the instrument together. After you've assembled the bell with the lower joint, you may gently place this on the floor and grab your sitting or standing peg. And then we'll attach the peg. We can adjust for height later. Next, we're going to put the top joint on. This key right here may not be on your instrument, it's on mine, so I'm going to be careful to avoid hitting that key. Again, you want to be gentle and just a slight moving back and forth motion. On my instrument, I have an adjustment screw for extra security so it doesn't slide around. Yours might not have this. Also, it could also be one long body and already soldered together. The next step is getting the neck. Your neck might be in one piece. Mine is in two. And I'll pull out just a little bit here and can make tuning adjustments when I play. This is the part where we put the mouthpiece on so we can make the reed adjustment. It's easier to make the reed adjustment from here versus when it's all assembled. So I'm going to put the mouthpiece on next. So we'll put the mouthpiece on the neck with the table side down. And then you can take your soaked reed and line up the reed with the rails and tip of the mouthpiece. It's easier to see when you have the neck not assembled, so you can check your reed placement. We want just a little hairline of black at the top. You don't want the reed to go past the mouthpiece or to be too low on the mouthpiece. And it's easier to see when you have it disassembled this way. Then you can line up the ligature to the smooth part of the reed and tighten until it's secure. Nothing should move around. You can even test it at this point to see if it's vibrating well and ready to play. Then we can line up the neck very gently with the register mechanism. And that's how you assemble your bass clarinet. You can now adjust the peg so that we have the instrument coming to you. If you have a standing peg, you can also use a standing peg. Some bass clarinets use a neck strap or a harness to play for mobility reasons, especially if you are standing and walking around or playing in a pop ensemble or or playing chamber music where you don't want to be stationary with a standing peg.